Welcome everyone, my name is Echo. Hold that thought for just a second. Somebody's at my door. I'm just gonna pause the game.
1 hour later.
That is right. You are now able to pause the game in Minecraft Bedrock Edition single player worlds. Do you guys have any idea how long we have waited for this? Over 10 years. Minecraft Bedrock Edition now has the ability to pause your game, as you can see right here. So you can get up and go and poop in peace and come back and not worry about being killed, especially since Minecraft Bedrock Edition now has hardcore mode. So everything is going to be frozen other than this, and as soon as I click resume, things carry on like normal. This is an absolute game changer. So for example, we have a pig. If we hit this, the pig is frozen, the sheep is frozen, everything will be frozen. We're going to get into this a lot more in today's video. So welcome to a brand new Bedrock Edition beta and preview cycle. This is the version 1.21.60.21. That means Minecraft 1.21.50 is complete. That means we are not getting any changes to the creeking, the pale garden biome, or in fact, the resin-related blocks. That is complete and will be released before Christmas is here. I reckon it'll be available in the next 3 weeks. As a heads up, everything we go through in today's video is not going to be released in 2024, but will be available early in 2025. Getting into the features and bug fixes, accessibility, added narration in the realm's plan picker screen, informing the player they can navigate below the buy button to get more information about a given plan. Blocks slightly improve the collision detection between moving blocks and mobs in some cases. Skulk sensors now detect resin clumps being placed by the creaking heart. So previously, if we had this, set this to nighttime, and my good old friend over here was to spawn, and we were to give him a good old whack. As you can see here, as these things start to get placed over there, you'll see the skulk is actually lit up. So it does get notified if a clump appears. In today's video, we have a lot of Java Parity, but let's start with this. They fixed various plant blocks, rendering their faces differently to Java. We do have a bug report. As it explains, things were just facing in a different direction compared to Bedrock and Java. This was reported back in 2019 and affected all of these versions. Today, they finally updated it. Inside of this book, we have the huge list of changes. So this is to all saplings, short grass, dead bush, crimson roots, and warped, poppy, blue orchids, allium, azure bluette, tulips, oxeye daisy, cornflowers, lily of the valley, and of course all of these. So apparently all of these were actually different on Bedrock compared to Java. It was fixed today. Alongside that, the mangrove leaves no longer display black pixels when held by players with the fancy leaves option disabled. We did have these changes as well last week. Torch flowers, pitcher plants, open eye blossoms, and closed eye blossoms now increase the probability of a nearby sapling growing into a tree with a beehive. So in case you guys didn't know this, a typical flower can actually increase your chances of getting a beehive, a bee nest. So if we were to put this here, this was to grow. Any of these, to be fair, to be placed by this, it actually has a chance of growing with a beehive, bee nest. So if we were to get ourselves some bone meal here, I'm not sure if this will work because all 4 of them are here. But, okay, so yeah, we'll have to, like, 2. Yeah, so there is a chance that this would produce it. There's also a chance if we were to do it like this. Let's go with this one. We'll try you. And okay, we'll try one of these. Anyway, there is a chance for it to happen. It doesn't always happen. I think you guys know how it works. One change with the copper bulb. They've updated the exposed copper bulb's lit powered texture. We have a bug report. This one has also been reported for a very long time. They said there are 2 wrong pixels on the exposed copper bulb lit powered. It basically explains how to get it. And it's basically saying that these here are actually wrong. Apparently they were updated today. Didn't honestly know that many people cared about this. Or if one person did, they really wanted it fixed. It's now been improved. Getting into gameplay, the greatest feature introduced in this version added the ability to pause the game in single-player worlds when entering the pause screen. The feature can be turned on/off from the settings in the general section. So if you're crazy enough and want to have this off, first off, if you hit your options button down below, it's now paused. It indicates that it is paused. If you go into your settings, you then go to your general down here. You can turn this off, and this practically means that when you do, let's go to / summon, let's just do a creeper or creaking, for example, right? We hit pause here. You can see it's still moving. If we go to our settings, down to general, turn this on, go back, and pause, it's frozen. It is completely frozen solid. So I wanted to do a little bit of a test with this because there's one feature that you can use on Java. I got a / game mode S here. I don't want my creaking friend to get me, but if I was to teleport all the way up here, just before I'm about to hit the ground, if we pause this, which it's paused, save and quit, and then we go back into this, does this negate fall damage? Is this going to be a way to save yourself? We're going to check right now. Now, this could get patched. Probably will with the community feedback, but let's see if we have negated the fall damage. Technically, we should just be on the floor now rather than falling. Yeah, you can. You can negate it. That's insane. Listen, bro, I can see you right there. At this point, you could kind of think of your exit strategy. Okay, so I can't get away there. Could get away there. Maybe I take a risk and go this way. You get my point. But the fact that we can negate the fall damage, just to show you guys what would generally happen. I think you guys know what would happen generally in a Minecraft world. I would die, right? Pretty obvious, pretty clear. But if you want to go to your options and then kind of cheat death, you can do that. Who needs MOG buckets, bro? We can go all the way down here, hit pause, save and quit, boom. We're saved. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with this feature. Moving on to the general changes, the world spawn point algorithm has been improved so that locations with good biomes but far from the world's origin are preferred over really bad locations but closer to the origin. We have a bug report. I feel like I've covered this bug report on numerous occasions. So basically, I did share a video where you spawned in the ocean. Basically, they're kind of preventing that from happening. This is some of the seeds that I've actually used in my own videos. So basically, they're going to prevent you from spawning in the ocean, and you should typically spawn on land. But I feel like they constantly keep putting this in the change logs. An even bigger change in today's video is we now have a profanity toggle. We all know that Minecraft Bedrock Edition, they kind of aim it towards a younger age. You can't even say things like, let's say, you can't even say crap in chat, right? Like, you can't say anything at all. You can't curse or anything like that. Well, now you're gonna have the option to turn this off. They said, filter profanity toggle. We are introducing a new filter profanity settings on Windows. When on, all text content, including chat, will perform as it always has. Profanities will be filtered for you and others when it's off. Most profanities, with the exception of some potentially harmful content, will be unfiltered for you, and all others when the toggle has been turned off. It says this setting is default on for all players and cannot be changed for child accounts or players not signed in. You can toggle it off in the settings under general. So we typed it in, it didn't work, right? It's all hashtags. If we go to settings, we scroll down to general, you can turn this off. It does basically come with a warning. So I can turn this off, open up my chat and be like, crap, and you can see it. This is going to be for a bunch of curse words and a lot more words. So if you are a more mature and adult person and you feel like occasionally you don't mind a curse word now and then yeah, on your world, realm, server, you can now do that. And I think that's the right way to do it because Minecraft needs to remember, not everybody that plays this game is a child. So that is a very good change, in my opinion. Moving on to the mob changes, it says the creaking now crumbles if their creaking heart is forcibly deactivated through commands. Creakings are now persistent like any other hostile mob, meaning they won't disappear on save/load. Creaking no longer plays ambient sounds when aggravated, only when idle. Breeding, huge changes. Breeding sheep with compatible wool colors now gives the baby sheep a mixture of those colors. We have a bug report. This is a reported parity feature that goes back to 2017. 2017, this has been requested in all of these versions. The community has been waiting for this for a very long time. So that now means if you grab yourself some sheep and a whole bunch of dye, let's start with a white sheep and we'll grab ourselves a red one. If we breed these, the outcome should be a baby pink sheep, right? There we go. If we grab ourselves this, we go yellow and we do another one and we go blue. The color is going to be, my colors are terrible, but is it going to be like a green? Is it like a purple? I don't know. Okay, so only if they are compatible. My colors, I'm terrible with colors. But basically, it's now a feature. A really, really good one. And I'm so happy about this. What happens if I was to do like, let's do red. We'll do new ones. Red, and then we'll do blue, and then we'll breed you and breed you. Yep, he's eating. Let's see what happens in terms of colors. As you can see here, is that a purple? I'm colorblind, but now we have different colored sheep. The right colored sheep is what I'm trying to say. But it gets better because that exact change is the same if you're breeding wolves and they have dyed collars. And it's also going to be the same for kitty cats. So if I grab myself a wolf and they have a specific collar, right? So we'll go ahead and tame you real quick, even though you agreed. Nope. Okay. You go and have some fun with those guys. I'm going to tame you. I'm going to give you a black collar. I'm going to tame you real quick and give you a white one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to breed you guys. So basically, when they have a baby, the baby one should have a gray collar, right? Which it does, even though it's very difficult to see. Now, it's going to be the exact same for cats. So if I was to dye these, for example, orange and brown, I'm going to make you sit up and make you sit up and give you a fish and give you a fish. The baby should have a different collar. Everyone now has different collars. I know that seems like a really stupid feature, but that's a really good feature. I did nearly miss this, but let's check out the realms and user interface changes. If you're interested in realms, most of these are like quality of life fixes and improvements. As for your user interface, this is pretty much the same until we get down here, because they said in response to player feedback, signaling confusion around the meaning of the potion bottle, we've updated the location, labeling, and icon usage for achievements across multiple screens. Now, basically, there's a new book to signal what it looks like. Apparently, the potion bottle was confusing, so they went ahead and made these changes. We also had some changes in the user interface to certain graphics modes. So most of these aren't currently fully visible, but the amazing community did share some pictures with me so I can show you. Shout out to Poggy that did tweet the graphics related things. They said favor performance or favor visuals. Obviously, if you have a low-end device, you're going to favor performance. If you have a high-end device, you can favor visuals. This is just different wording, and basically it can cater for specific devices. Smoky Stacks did share some pictures with me in regards to what the new achievement stuff is going to look like. I think 100% completion might look like this, and these are going to be the other ones. So once again, not currently visible in the latest version, but these will be implemented in this update. This week also comes with some really big Java Parity features, starting with the biomes. Zombie villagers that spawn in the mangrove swamp biome now have the correct skin applied. Monsters that normally spawn in the overworld, in brackets, zombies, endermen, spiders, creepers, etc., with the exception of skeletons, can now spawn in the mangrove swamp biome. We have a bug report. As it outlines, those monsters do not spawn in mangrove swamps except slimes and bogged. This has been an issue since 2023 and was fixed apparently today. Some really good one is to do with blocks. The lily pad blocks hitbox has been updated to be in parity with Java. We have a bug report. So this bug report was reported back in 2020, and here is a comparison between Bedrock and Java. So this is the Bedrock version where it outlines the whole entire block. On Java, you can access a chest underneath it. This has now been fixed. So as you guys can see, the hitbox is actually slightly smaller. So if you wanted to hide all your diamonds underneath, well, it's now possible. It no longer takes up the whole block, which you guys are really nosy today, which is a big thing in my opinion. This is also going to be the same for the sugarcane as well. Sugarcane prior to this would take up a whole entire block. Now you can access a chest or something behind it. It does say TNT blocks no longer flash with a solid white color when exploding. And apparently this is the exact same for a creeper. So, like, what color is it? So now it has, like, a faint color rather than just being big and bold. And this is going to be the same for a creeper as well. It's no longer flashing white. Candles and candle cake blocks now play ambient sounds properly. So apparently they never had ambient sounds at all, and today it was actually fixed. Shears can now be used on cave vines, kelp, twisting vines, and weeping vines to prevent further growth. Oh my days. So if I was to, let's just go ahead and break this and break this, right? For example, and this. If I was to go into my settings, scroll down and bump this up to 100, back out, these will eventually grow relatively quickly. As you can see, they're growing and they're growing and they're growing. So if I was to go back inside of here, I was to reset this. I wanted these to stop. So let's say I wanted this to stay here, right? I didn't want to go any further. All you need to do is shear the bottom of these. So I'll break this and we'll shear the top of this. It will make a noise. This one isn't working. So I guess there might be another set of vines that we can do. But regardless, if we was to go into settings and put this all the way back up to 100, these are now not going to grow. They're just going to stay there. They're going to stay a certain growth. Previously, for Bedrock Edition, you had to put, I think it was string on top. Yeah, that's no longer going to be the case. Finally, available in Bedrock. We do have mob parity changes. Horses, skeleton horses, zombie horses, donkeys, and mules now play their ambient sound as intended. Foxes now periodically play their mad sound while defending a player. Baby drowns now move with the same speed as their zombie and zombie villager counterparts. We have a bug report. This one goes back to 2018. Apparently, baby drowns were not as fast as the other baby zombie variations. So you probably noticed you could escape these a lot easier. In this next update, that's not going to be possible anymore, and baby drowns will be a lot faster. Gold swords dropped by piglins and zombified piglins now have randomized durability to match Java. We have a bug report. I had no idea that this was a bug, but if you killed one of these, the durability was always the exact same. Apparently now it's unique. So if I manage to kill a couple of these and get some swords here, let's try and get 2, for example. There's 1. And there's 2. As you can see here, the durabilities are different. I never knew that was a thing. Axes dropped by piglin brutes now have randomized durability to match Java. Neutral mobs no longer become aggressive when players or other mobs throw lingering potions with positive effects on them. So previously in this version, if I had a / game mode S here, if you were to throw something like fire resistance at this guy, he would get really mad at you and kill you. Now that doesn't happen unless you were to throw something like harming. As for the technical updates, if you're interested in this, we did get a bunch of API changes, blocks, components, editor, and much more. I'll leave the link down below if you enjoy this kind of stuff, because again, they did do a lot of changes. Anyway, if you made it this far in today's video, leave a comment and just say, hey Echo, pause right there. I appreciate all your support. A brand new cycle has started. Hopefully I've kept you all updated in 2024. If you made it this far, please be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you all in the next video.